Good afternoon to you, YouTube. Good afternoon to everybody. Good afternoon to you. Oh my. I am sitting here. I'm going to cleanse my lens real quickly, guys. Quickly cleanse. I am sitting here doing some work. I have a new book. I work on my literary works daily. I write daily. I work daily. So I'm sitting here doing some literary writing, some literary work. And I said, you know what, let me take a break. Let me watch something. And for some reason, I'm like, who is this Kamiyah person? And yeah, I remember the story when it came out, this young lady, this beautiful young lady. And it so happens that the woman who raised her was the woman who stole her from the hospital. I remember the story. Yes, I do. And here I am taking a break from work. And this is Iyanla's Fix My Life. And I was watching this on YouTube. Oh my God, this woman in Iyanla, she cannot be for real. Is she for I don't know why you let these people experiment with your children. I was watching this and I said, you know what? This is clearly so uncomfortable for this young woman, but Iyanla is not taking a clue because Iyanla has an agenda just like all of these people. Let me tell you something, what I noticed about the people who make it on television. The majority, 99% of the people who make it to television, those are the most hurt children. The most suffering children who grow up to be the most lacking adults. And those people, for some reason, I don't know if it's through their weakness, I don't know if it's through their deficiencies, but for some reason, they find a way to belong to the good old club and to make it to mainstream media and to have a view on mainstream television. But those are not the people with the best hearts. When you look at most of these public figures on television and you look at their lives when they were children, those were the broken children. The broken children who would do anything. The broken children who could be influenced. The broken children without love, without the arms, I would say the loving arms of blood family or community family or immediate family or extended family in any type of forms. When you look at these people like Iyanla, how can Iyanla fix anybody? How can Iyanla fix anybody? Iyanla needs to focus on her, whatever she has going on, whatever that combination she has going on under those genes. The camera almost allowed us to peep through that, Iyanla. You need to fix that first. Fix your physiological existence first, Iyanla. Oh my God, this young woman, like Iyanla is trying so hard to assign deficiencies to this young woman. Iyanla cannot understand that, yes, she's not okay, but it's not like I'm not okay, like I'm about to flip her. Whenever the human goes through stuff, yeah, they're not going to be okay. People are not going to be okay every day. No one is walking around 24 hours a day. No one, like I don't see people walking around 24 hours a day to begin with. So for the time that we are awake, within the week, within the month, within the year, we'll have moments where we are not okay. But it doesn't mean that we have a problem. Those are parts of the existence of the human life as it's going on, as it's happening. The human life is going to manifest regardless of whether or not you okay or not. So there are going to be moments where you as a human, you check out. And for the humans who are in the happiest dreams, those moments will be fewer in between and they will last shorter than the average person who is living in and out of trauma. When you look at the average person, the average happy person, I'm an average happy person. And I can even say that I am a bit beyond average happy. But I still have moments within the year, within the months, that where I will have moments. But in the moments, because I'm experienced, I can still find a happiness to keep the basics of life going with a happy flow. So this is a young woman. I'm not sure this is even a 21-year-old young woman yet. This is a young woman. And for the liberties that Iyanla is taking with this young woman, I'm not comfortable with that. Watch this. I'm just watching this for the... By the way, I have never watched this show before. This is my first time, very first time watching Iyanla. Very first time watching this. So, Iyanla takes liberties that I'm not even a professional. I'm not even on television. I would not take those liberties. First of all, you put your hand on somebody else's child. I don't remember you asking her if it would be okay to hold her. And I don't remember you saying, well, I'm going to hold you. Is it going to be okay to hold you? And the reason why I want to hold you is because I want you to feel what it would be like to be in your mother's arms, what it would be like to be back into your maternal mother's existence, just to be there. I'm going to hold you. I'm going to give you a hug to show you that love. Why can't you say that to her? Because she's a young black girl. She's not able to understand that. If you would just fully disclose your intention, so if you really want to do this therapy with her and you want to include touching in the therapy, because we know that there are different levels of therapy. This therapy that Iyanla doing is a therapy that is involving touching. Okay, so there are some therapies that only licensed medical doctors can do because they include invasive procedures. So this therapy here that Iyanla is about to try, it involves touch. Not everyone is comfortable with being hugged and touched. Like me, it takes a certain type of person. Like I'm not comfortable, period, with people touching me, especially touchy people who touch and touch. First of all, I don't trust the human fingers. I don't trust the human hands. I don't trust the other humans' intentions. So not everybody is functioning through life where they trust other humans to touch them. So look at this. Iyanla should have first asked this you're supposed to be a professional. Ask this young woman, is it okay for me to touch you? I'm going to touch you because I want you to experience what it would be like to be back into the warmth, into the comfort of your mother's bosoms, into a loving motherly warmth. I'm a mother, and I have so often held my own children that way, and I want to hold you that way too.
Didn't I hear you say downstairs that you came here to find out how to move forward in your new life? Isn't that what you said?
I think this is a fair use thing.
Okay.
I mean, before she went to jail, my life was just fine.
Come here. Come here. Do you think she should be in jail?
Yeah.
Look at me. You don't have to look at me.
Look at you, but her head is down and your head is up. So why is she going to look at you? And your lips?
She did do something wrong.
What did she do?
She did take me. She did. Yeah, but that's about it.
Do you understand why she did? Have you asked her that?
I did.
And what did she say?
The state of mind she was in.
At the time. This is a girl whose entire life has shattered.
This is a girl who has forgiven the person who took her. And this is a woman who wants her to relive that situation and not forgive that person. This is a girl who misses the woman who took her. This is a girl who wishes she could be living back into the arms and the house of the woman who took her. This is a girl who thinks she has two mothers. And Iyanla tells her, no, you don't have two mothers. Why not? Some of us have three mothers. Some of us have 4. Some of us are fortunate enough to have 2 mothers. Some of us are fortunate enough to have 2 fathers. If this girl claims this is how she's coping with this in the reality of things, is that's true. She does have 2 mothers. She does have it. That's the reality of life for her at the moment. But not for Iyanla, because Iyanla wants drama. And if Iyanla does not find the drama in her emotion right now, Iyanla's going to have to create it, because she's here to bring the drama. I don't know where these type of black women come from, but I know they are of the African-American type. And I'm not liking the way that they use the youth, the trauma of the youth, to bring drama. They think it's good television. It's not good television. What it is telling about you as an adult. It's telling too much about you, and it's becoming disturbing, highly disturbing.
That dead look in her eyes is sadness.
She doesn't have a dead look in her eyes.
It's hurt
I don't see it.
inside of her that needs to come out and be expressed. If we
I see that she's uncomfortable in your arms, like,
left to
you know.
and erupt later, giving society an excuse to label her as just another angry black woman.
That's not what it will happen. Society doesn't need an excuse. Black men help out enough.
So what does it make you?
I don't know. I don't get sad about it. What is it?
Does it make you feel like that? Like, oh my God, what the hell is this?
Maybe sometimes.
Wait a minute.
Oh, that's all she needed to get going. Sometimes anybody can feel down sometimes. People are expecting themselves to have a perfect life, to stream with, you're not a wireless stream. Even wireless streams, a lot of times they do not stream in perfect sequence. Life is not perfect. The things of life are not perfect. Things will happen. Events will happen. Nobody's 100% happy-go-lucky all the time. People have issues. The process of growth sometimes is a painful process, but it doesn't mean something is wrong with you. But when you're dealing with people like Iyanla, they will go through above and beyond to make you think something is wrong with you. It's like dealing with the school system. A child can just have a bad day, and for that one day, they can label that child for the rest of their life. For the rest of his or her life. So, Iyanla's about to cover this girl up. Did Iyanla say, okay, is it okay for me to cover your head up and mess up your hair? Because we all know as young black girls or African-American girls or young Haitian girls, this could be something that could be true for any black girl of any ethnic background. A lot of time, young black girls don't want their hairs to be disturbed. Even for that to be considered, did Iyanla tell this girl, listen, I'm going to cover your head up? Is that okay for me to proceed? What I want to do is I want to cover your head up. I want to cover your shoulders up. I want to cover your entire body up, because I want you to begin to feel the warmth of what it would be like to be with your mother's warmth, a mother's love. Iyanla doesn't say anything to this girl. She just proceeds to do things as if she's a doll. Like me, I'm an expert in playing with dolls. When I was young, I used to play with dolls as big as myself, and I used to play with dolls as tiny as Barbies. I collect dolls. I'm an expert. So I know when you're playing with a doll, you don't ask. You just flip it. You take the doll, you flip it on the bed, you start covering it up. That's what Iyanla's doing. This is like Iyanla's playing with a doll. And this so happens to be somebody else's child. And consider daughter to 2 different women.
She will be able to open up and speak the pain that was inflicted.
She's arranging, she's fixing, she's pushing her down.
Snatched at birth. That's how you was saying, you was a little girl.
So because she was snatched at birth, she doesn't have autonomy. She doesn't have a right to decide right now whether or not she wants you to touch her intimately. She wants you to cover her from head to toes. Does she have a right to decide right now? Does she have a right for you to disclose that at that moment right now? Because what I know is what you need to fix, Iyanla, is what's under those jeans between your waist. I don't know what that is, what combination you got going on there. But whatever that is, you need to fix it first before you try to fix anybody else, girlfriend.
I know you love your mom. You should love your mom. She raised you.
You're not my girlfriend.
She took care of you. And your birth mother. There's a huge difference in relationship with your mom.
I want to go back to this part where she's wrapping the girl up. Oh, there we are.
You should be ashamed.
I don't want to use too much of it. I just want to make fair use of a few parts just to show.
No, you love your mom.
Okay.
You love your mom. She raised you. She took care of you. And your birth mother, she didn't give you up for adoption. You were taken from her. So you have a big job, baby, to have compassion for both of them. God chose you for this because you can do it. And I want to help you do it well. Okay? It starts with telling the truth. And you shut down your feelings. So,
Telling the truth, shut down your
I want you to
feelings.
start feeling. Kamiyah has experienced so much trauma this past year that she's become numb. With this exercise, I'm encouraging her to identify the feelings that she's trying to avoid because feelings buried alive do not die. They corrupt and pollute the soul. Did you talk to your mom today?
No,
She's gonna call you.
she should.
What about your mother? Did you talk to her today?
No,
So you never asked her why she didn't come? Do you want to?
you want to give me cursed out.
Do you know what you were walking through? You need your mom. You need somebody.
Iyanla needs the drama. Iyanla doesn't understand that it's going to take this young woman a little bit of time to understand the new mother. It doesn't mean that she hates the maternal biological mother. It's just going to take her a little bit of time because what she wants, she understands that the woman who stole her is wrong, but she also needs that woman for her comfort, for her continued growth. But Iyanla doesn't want it that way. Iyanla wants her to face it all right now and face the other mother and solve it so she can have great TV. But this young lady, she needs time to process things. She was well raised. She's a healthy young woman. She's stable. She understands she has two mothers.
Really?
Yeah,
Would you like her to be here?
I would.
I'll call her if you will admit to me that you need her to be okay with the fact that you are still in relationship with the woman that took you from her.
Okay, you see? Oh, this is the mess. Let me tell you something about African-American women like Iyanla. African-American women like Iyanla are trained to spread. It's like these women, they know exactly when the fan is in the room. And they know the fan is blowing up all around the room. And they know exactly when to put the doo-doo in the room. Because they know the fan is going to blow that doo-doo all around the room. They know it's a guarantee that that room is going to get stinking. These women, they know how to bring the mess. Why is it necessary for the biological mother? Why is it necessary for her to have the biological mother's permission or okay or feeling okay for the fact that she still has a relationship with her former mother? That is, oh, women like Iyanla. Women, these are the people you are looking to for guidance in life. These women don't even possess guidance for their own selves. Like when you look at a woman like Iyanla, does Iyanla look like a healthy woman to you? Does Iyanla look like she has even fixed herself? Like, there are things about life that we have to accept. For the African American and the white nigger, it's the same type of nigger relationship. For the psychology of the human is not so deep. The psychology of the human only gets that deep when you make it that deep. You can make it as deep as the oceans, my man. You can make it as deep as the rivers and as deep as the oceans. But the way that the Creator made our psychology, it made it as simple as day and night. For the person who is in the United States, if you go through a traumatic experience, let's say this young lady, and we were looking at her, she was taken at birth, she was stolen, but she also had a good life. For her therapy to matter, they have to lock her up in a room and make her relive, meaning she has to go through again in her mind, causing her physical trauma, blood pressure rising, all of that. They have to make her relive the trauma, and they call it therapy. How is that therapy when you lock somebody up in a room and you make them go through the same thing that hurt them again and lock them up in a room? How about we go outside and we take care of ourselves, we walk, we do a little something, we cook together, we keep going. How about you spend like 24 hours, you spend a whole week with her and you establish a healthy routine with her? Meaning, you know, this is a schedule. We're going to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning after doing the daily libations. Is it libations? I want to say there's a word for that. After doing the daily libations rituals, after doing that, we eat. After doing that, we start this. As a young lady at your age right now, you should be going to such class. You should be enrolled in college. So let's go. Let's go. After that class, you go to the next. How about you spend 7 days with her, establishing a routine, meaning you're going through the routine with her so that way by the time you leave her, you know that she will not be left wondering what the fuck was that. She will be left with a stable, standard routine that will keep her life going, that will give her discipline, that will give her the methodology that a young woman needs to employ to function through life effectively. But instead, you want to lock her up in a room and make her go through all over again, relive the stuff that she had already lived through before that. And that is the thing that I'm telling you about these African Americans and their counterparts and their white counterparts, where they are the same, where they apply the same methodologies and they have the same institutions, but they want to confuse the rest of us who are the majority of blacks. They want to confuse us. This is how black life should happen. This is how black life should matter. This is how black life should function. But you are only a majority of black people with the backing and support of mainstream media who can show the world this image and make it a popular mainstream image. So this is not the way of the world. When the rest of the black people in the world, when we have gone through trauma, we don't lock up ourselves in a room to be examined and to relive the trauma. We go and we continue life to flush out the trauma. We don't dramatize the trauma. We don't profit off the trauma. We don't try to exist beyond that trauma.
I admit.
Within the trauma.
I need my birth mother.
I need my birth mother.
To be okay with the fact.
To be okay with the fact.
That I love the woman.
That I love the woman who raised.
She's.
The woman who raised you and took you from her. Okay, we'll leave that part on. The woman who raised you.
This young lady is fine with the woman who took her. She has no issue. Iyanla is trying to make her have an issue with this woman who took her. But this young lady has no issue whatsoever with that woman. She and the woman talk about all of that already.
Then you're going to lose your daughter.
See, Iyanla is good for making the threats and creating the drama and creating what is going to be anxiety. At the end of the day, it's creating anxiety because you are aggravating a situation that doesn't need aggravation.
And for 18 years, her mother and father had no.
This is not a neglectful girl. Look how beautiful her hair is. She's beautiful. And look at her now under Iyanla.
Mobley is reliving Friday afternoon again and again.
Please.
Wow.
Please marry my baby. I'm only 16 years old, but I have fantasy. That's my first child.
I attempted to reach out to Kamiyah's
wow.
birth mother, who initially
she looks like her
us.
mama. How
But in the
cute.
end,
They look
she
alike
opted
right now.
not to participate.
That is such a sad
So now I
story.
will speak with Craig, the man who was robbed of his right to be Kamiyah's daddy, to
Wow.
get his perspective. I have to really acknowledge you. I am so aware of so many men who walk away from their children. And here your child was taken. And 18 years later, you still show up for her.
I believe even after 18 years, it's still my job to be a father, so.
Now you call her Kamiyah. See, I call her baby girl because this child is in the midst of such an incredible identity crisis.
No, she's not, Iyanla. You want to make it seem like
Or
she's
how
in
did
the
she
midst
get
of an identity
Kamiyah
crisis.
was named by my sister and her mother, Shinara.
So you and her mom were in relationship for a long time?
For about 2 years.
A long time, Iyanla. The mom was only 16. How long could it have been?
Shannara was 16 when she had and lost Kamiyah. And although Shannara is not here, I can imagine that some part of her is most likely stuck
They look
at
alike,
16.
don't they?
In fact, she may be a hurt little girl who has
Look
been
how pretty she
reunited
is with the
hurt
mother
little
who took
girl.
her.
Mother
She
and
took
daughter
great care
who
of
are
her.
strangers. Why isn't her birth mother here? Why isn't she here?
Iyanla, the drama maker, the shit stirrer.
She thought we was gonna be this family when Kamiyah came back. She mad at her because she called her lady girl. She called her kidnap her mother.
She is.
You know, that's not important to me.
That's not important. Thank you, my man. Oh my God, Iyanla doesn't want to hear it
She
though.
loves the woman that raised her.
I know.
And part of your relationship with
Oh
her
really? You want to tell him,
is
right?
going to be learning how to be okay with that. She loves this woman.
He already said it didn't matter, Iyanla.
She's going to be in relationship with her.
I feel what you're saying. I know what you're saying. But I'm trying to stop that relationship.
Well, then you're going to lose your daughter.
Sometimes I wonder, does she know what I've been through?
No, did you tell her? She ain't psychic.
Well,
she can't
now.
read your mind. She can't even read your eyes like I do.
Oh, so now Iyanla reads eyes and she reads minds.
You have to, Daddy.
Oh,
See, here's what she's got to choose. And this is what you're denying her of. She may
Talk
choose
about
to still be
cajole
in
somebody
relationship
into a
with
feeling
Gloria,
somehow.
But she has
At
to
first, he didn't have a
understand
problem with
why
her,
you
with
have an
with
issue
the
with
daughter
her.
wanting to
She
be
needs
with
to
the
understand that she's
with the
gonna
other
be
woman.
in
And
relationship
by now, by the
with
time
a woman
Iyanla works
who
you,
caused her
you have a
father
problem.
personal hurt and pain. That she may still choose to be in relationship with her, but she's got to do it with all the facts. All of the facts.
The facts don't matter right now, Iyanla. The facts of right now
The
matter.
person upstairs is
The
not
facts
the
of what
baby
happened,
who got
how she
stolen
got kidnapped
19
and all
years
of that.
ago. She's a woman with a name.
Not
and a
all of
life.
those facts matter.
He
The
doesn't
fact that
know
she was
anything
kidnapped,
about
the fact that
because
she's here now, that
everyone in
matters.
this family
The details,
is hurt
the shit,
and afraid.
stirring the shit,
Let's
that don't
start
matter. Bringing up all the
Let's
little
start with
details,
you,
that
right?
doesn't matter.
What you know about her, what you know about her, and what you feel
I don't
about
know
her.
why,
Let's start there. We'll have to do nothing else. We'll figure this other stuff
This is
out.
my first time watching this. I don't even know if I want to call this person a woman at this moment.
Really think about
I
his
don't
daughter.
even know.
I'm also asking Craig's wife and Kamiyah's boyfriend to participate so that I can get a
I don't even
full
know if
picture of the person they think they know. Oh, you got your phone.
Now you want her own personality, character right now to be broken down to where she's questioning her own validity. This young lady is not comfortable with Iyanla. She's not. She's not comfortable going through all of that. She's not.
Outspoken. Did he get that one right?
Yeah,
Then you've known this man, what, 10 months?
he's right though.
How'd you learn to be outspoken?
I think I don't know. I don't think I was taught that.
Really?
It was just always me.
And he said this.
Why even I think?
Because he can't navigate you still being in relationship with your mom. You and him are related. You're building a relationship. You and your mom have a relationship. And it's okay.
This is my first time watching this. This is
She wants to be loved.
me watching this while watching YouTube.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay, so then who are you? Alexis or Kamiyah? Because he told me all of these things about Kamiyah. Not a clue.
That's not true.
Not a clue.
That's not
I don't see
true.
the difference between the two.
That's not
There's a
true.
huge difference. Kamiyah's birth parents have been having a fantasy relationship with their daughter for 19 years. Her family is seeing what they want to see in her.
You see what the problem is with this Iyanla personality? This Iyanla personality, she cannot understand how it's okay for this young woman to feel love for a person who took her. Because she does not understand this young woman, she has a life that could have been so much more differently had she been with her birth parents, her biological parents, not in a negative way, but just in the way, in the person that she is, in the person that she became. That life would have been so different from the life that she has now, but she would have still been the same person with the same core. Iyanla cannot understand how that can exist in
today she's in a good mood, but 2 days from now, she'll probably block me or something, get mad about something she'll see on Facebook.
But what are some of the things that she sees that upsets her?
I put pictures of me and my mom on there. Stuff like that.
Instead of getting to know the real Kamiyah, both Shannara and Craig have been holding on to the pain of the abduction, which is blinding them to the reality of the young woman.
This is a young lady who was well taken care of. And she loves she loves the kidnapped mother and the mother who kidnapped her, and she loves her biological mother just the same. Or she may even love the mother who kidnapped her even more, because she has more of a bond with the woman who kidnapped her.
And when it gets hard, you're alone. In part because that's how you set it up.
Look at Iyanla. She looks like a big bucket. She looks like a big toupee. What do you call those things? Those tops that you used to spin. She looks like a big top that you need to spin.
It concerns me that the people in your life need to dress in half of that.
Her face doesn't appear to be a face of someone who does good. She looks like a trap.
Who's sitting before me on this bed?
Same type of women. Those women like the brat, like Iyanla.
So I'm trying to
Infestation nest.
who's going to emerge.
Yeah, a big top. Hey, Daisha. How are you?
Because my concern is you're trying to be both,
Yeah.
and you can't. I'm going to keep her here tonight because she has got to speak what she's feeling. If you call your dad and your boyfriend, probably not going to get them because he told them don't answer the phone.
You see, Iyanla is looking to make this young lady, Iyanla is looking to stir into this young lady emotions that may not be valid to stir. Like when someone goes through a trauma, it's not necessary for them to relive that trauma to get over it. Just going through life and just teaching that person how to adapt to life on an hourly, hour to hour, to be accountable for your life on an hour to hour basis. For as long as you're not asleep taking a nap or asleep taking your night sleep, Daisha Coley says, right. Yes, Daisha Coley, it's not necessary for her to relive that. And I'm glad you agree, because you can just teach in that moment. Iyanla could just teach her. Iyanla could spend a week in her life and teach her how to be productive day to day. Meaning that we're going to wake up at 6, we're going to take the shower, we're going to eat, we're going to get up and we're going to go to the school activities. And then we're going to have lunch, then we're going to do something else. Then you're going to work on your schoolwork, then you're going to come home. When you come home, you're going to take care of this. So that's giving her a useful routine where she doesn't have idle time. An idle mind is what? We all know what an idle mind does. It incubates, it nurtures all negative elements. So in that moment, Iyanla has a choice to do dramatic TV or to just do that shit. Yeah. Daisha Coley says, I think she's doing it for ratings. She's not a real therapist. Exactly. She's doing it for ratings. Why would you want to give Iyanla your child so she can profit off of her for ratings? Look at Iyanla. She's, oh my God. There was a time when I believed in a woman like that. I even bought her book one time because at that time I was living my life as a nigger. I was living my life as a nigger. I was believing in all nigger propaganda. I was living a nigger's life. And then I would buy a woman, the book of a woman like that, because I'm thinking, okay, there's something in there. But then when I started looking through these things, I'm like, those are not all necessary for the human life to be productive. The more time we spend on the petty stuff, the more time we waste when we could be focusing on the important stuff. Like, where is the inheritance of the African American family? What happened to all of the African American land? What happened to all of the African American wealth? There are other questions that we can spend time on, but Iyanla wants to waste time raising emotional doubts where they don't exist. She wants to kick dust on marble floors. I don't know what. See, that's what she wanted. She's been poking at this young girl. She's been poking at this young girl.
Process, and I sense that although Kamiyah's father, stepmother, and boyfriend have shown up for the process, they are simply not equipped to handle the fear and pain that their beloved seems to be suffering in silence. Acknowledgement is an essential step towards healing. There is still a lot of work to do, starting with those closest to her.
You lost Kamiyah.
Right.
Who you found was Alexis. Do you know the difference between the two?
But
Should there be a difference like that?
Because you've been having a relationship in your mind with Kamiyah for 18 years.
She's focusing on the name.
And it has nothing to do with the
Just to
reality
raise
of
dust
who
on
she
marble
is.
floors.
Everybody wants to keep her happy and make her comfortable, and she needs some guidance. She's lost.
You are the one.
So why aren't you spending that time giving her that guidance, modeling that guidance for her, modeling a proper schedule, modeling a weekly schedule, a weekly routine, daily routine? Why don't you spend that time doing that for her instead of spending that time kicking dust on marble floors?
You have to give her permission to heal and feel the trauma. And you've got to be there to catch her when she falls, because her mother has chosen not to. And
the mother did not choose to not catch her. The mother chose not to come to your show. There's a fucking difference, Iyanla. Coming to your show and be there for her daughter, that's different. That woman is a destructive force. Look at her forehead, dude. Look at this human's forehead. Look at this human's body, man. Desha Coley says, yes, a big difference. The mother may not want to come on your show. It doesn't mean that the mother is not willing to be there for the development or for a relationship with her daughter. She may not want to let you come kick dust in her face. Look at this human. Desha Coley says she's the devil. I believe that now. Like right now, looking at Iyanla, I'm looking at the devil, dog. I believe you, dog. Yo, this is wicked work. Wow. And
why would we want to do that?
I gotta get her still enough to.
So let me see what she says here. I'm watching this for the first time, guys.
Hurt you for her to weep over Gloria. You have to give her permission to heal and feel the trauma. And you've got to be there to catch her when she falls, because her mother has chosen not to. And she has needs that you can't even imagine.
I'm sure you're creating it.
I gave her time.
That's all.
That girl is in trouble, and time ain't what she needs.
Iyanla.
She needs truth. She needs support. She needs therapy. I need y'all's help. I got to do one or two things. I either have to trigger her up, make her mad at me, so that she'll speak what she's feeling.
My God.
Or I have to break her down.
My God.
Meaning, put her in a situation where her heart breaks.
My God.
I'm going to keep her here tonight.
Why would we want to do that?
Because I got to get her still enough to stir her up inside.
The daddy says,
so that she can begin
why
to
would we want
identify
to do
what's
that?
going on in her. And I'm going to ask you and you and you that when she calls, don't answer the phone.
I'm not.
The daddy's not okay with that.
Okay, it's not her. She want to say.
I'm telling you what you need.
See,
I'm telling you how to do this.
he's not okay with that.
And you can't think that she's going to think you abandoned her.
Bullying men, like using the media force behind you, the entities behind you to break men down.
What if you wrong?
What if you wrong, bitch?
What do we have to lose?
His daughter. Oh my God, what do we have to lose? I'm just now watching this, y'all. I started watching it by myself and I said, you know what? This is becoming so ridiculous. I can't watch this by myself. OMG. OMG. GDFOH, dog. This is crazy business. Desha Coley says, okay, this lady's a mess. Yes, Desha Coley. She says, what do we have to lose? We have the stability of his daughter. Oh, Iyanla, you duck-looking biatch. You top-looking biatch. I wish you'd spend. Desha Coley says, I don't watch her. I don't watch her either. This is my very first time watching her. And I'm watching this because I saw a lot of YouTube review of it. And I said, you know what? Let me see what it was all about. This is my very first time watching this blouse and skirt gal. Let me tell you, these are the type of African-American leaders we need to stay away from. And when I mentioned that, I don't promise to always be nice, but I promise that I can always use the rules of logic if I'm judging somebody else. This woman is doing the work of wickedness, man. Yes, Desha Coley, yes. This woman is doing wicked work. She's breaking down men. She's using the force that she has with mainstream media, the power of the entity that she has, the popularity comes with public power, public acceptance. She's using that to cut this man's wrist down. This is a father. He doesn't think that you're right, and you are trying to convince him. Desha Coley says pure wickedness. Pure wickedness. Pure wickedness. This is what type of women, and you know what? These are the type of women that stand alongside men like Africa Bambaataa, males like Africa Bambaataa. They have females like that around them, and those females are great at taking advantage of the youngers or the less fortunate or the less wealthy or the less educated. Like whatever less you got, they will use it and they will pound on you. They will use it to make you guilty. They will use it to make you become something anybody can take advantage of. Anybody at that moment can rob you of anything because she's already broken you down. You become nothing but a vulnerable piece of nothing having to deal with women like that. And another woman that I saw recently on TV that did things like that was the Brat. The Brat did similar maneuverments with Bow Wow. Those are not normal things. Like this is not therapy. This has got to be some bullying session on the playground. This ain't no therapy. Desha Coley says the people who go on her show, they become worse than they came on there. Exactly. You bound to become worse. Dealing with Iyanla. What the blouse and skirt? This is whose penis did Iyanla have to suck to have a show like this? Like this is, I mean, is it just that we just have to suck particular types of penises to like, really, girl, you and your penis, get GDFOH, girl, get the F out of here, girl.
Okay, what?
I guess we'll try it, Lou. We'll try
What
it.
are you gonna try?
I'm not going to answer your phone.
When Kamiyah calls.
She convinced him not to pick up his own daughter's phone
Kamiyah's
call.
father is terrified of losing his daughter again. I really do.
You know this man doesn't want to displease his daughter. Rightly so. He's the only person she has left.
That those around her can or won't.
Imagine the mother that you had. That mother's gone. Kamiyah is not doing so bad. She has a handsome boyfriend. She has a handsome daddy with an additional stepmom, which is a third mama. Kamiyah is not doing bad, Iyanla, bitch. The girl has 3 mothers. Like, if she doesn't get allowance from one, she can get it from there, she can get it from there. If she doesn't get a support from one, she can get it from there, she can. Kamiyah has choices, Iyanla, bitch, and you cannot stand that she has choices and you did it. You're trying to project your own fucked up life on this beautiful young girl. Beautiful young girl. Look at her. Now, look at her handsome boyfriend. Look at her daddy and her daddy wife. That's another additional mother figure. Iyanla's getting this. Iyanla wants this girl to be lost.
In order to support Kamiyah in learning how to express
Look at this
her feelings,
duck
we have to
waddling,
first get
waddling,
to
quack,
that.
quack up
That
the stairs.
can be difficult when dealing with someone so young. She may not
All
have the
teenagers have all these
capacity
energy. Look at that.
to
She's not healthy, I'm telling you.
If we do
She's not
try,
healthy.
There's no hope for healing.
Even the way she walks. Look at her thighs, the way she, ooh.
I'm going to keep you in the womb.
She's not healthy. I can tell this is not a healthy
I'm
woman.
going to keep you in the womb tonight.
What does that mean?
I'm going to keep you in here tonight.
Tonight? By myself? I don't know about this.
She don't know about that.
I'm not comfortable.
I didn't say you had to be
Desha Coley says, nope, not healthy at all. Not healthy at all. This is a sad bitch.
Is the next step of the process.
I bet you that bitch is only but 50-something years old, looking like she's 70.
You didn't get to choose when Gloria came.
Let that bitch take off all that makeup. Sad
You didn't
bitch.
get to choose when they were lying to you all your life about who you were. You didn't get to choose your name. You can
Who got to choose their names, Iyanla?
to leave.
What the blouse and skirt?
What I'm
Desha Coley says, she like, bitch, I ain't staying here. And that's exactly what I'm feeling she's saying. She's like, bitch, I ain't staying here.
It's not who you are. Choose for your highest good.
Yo, did Iyanla want to... What did Iyanla want to do to this little girl? She kept wanting to touch this little girl. Like, what's going on, Iyanla?
And if you call your dad and your boyfriend, probably not gonna get them.
Power.
Because I told him don't answer the phone.
Power. So
I
this...
mean, yeah.
Take a breath.
I understand, but no. I
Take a
need
breath.
them to come get me.
How about I gave them an assignment?
So she's 19. She cannot
You're
know.
doing your assignment, they're gonna be doing theirs.
No,
How about?
if he doesn't come get me, we're gonna have a problem.
Okay.
Well, your problem is with me, not with him.
Okay, well, you tell him to come and get me.
I'm telling you,
understand that.
I
You're
gave
saying-
him an assignment.
How can you, as a woman, control her father as a man?
I'm not having it. I'm really not.
See, none of that is on here.
Oh, yeah, I will flip. I will flip.
Oh, yes. I would flip too if I was 19 and this bitch, this duck, waddle bitch.
That you just did
I will
is
flip.
why is
That's what you wanted.
Did you tell them that
Oh.
you just gave me an option? You said you can leave or you can stay. You can leave. I wanted to stay.
I gave them an assignment.
No, we're not doing this.
I
We're
gave
not
you
doing
an
this.
assignment.
We're not doing this. Oh, hell no. She told Swerve not to pick up his phone.
Kamiyah has spent all day telling me.
Does Iyanla want to touch this young girl? Does Iyanla want to do some other kind? Does she have another kind of intention for this young girl? Because she's not behaving properly. She's behaving as if she has
Living a life.
pedophile tendencies and like the power, the way she's using that power.
What I do? Get out my face. Go ahead, get out my face. Get out my face.
Tig Evans, how are you? Tig Evans says, this bitch gonna tell her to find Jesus next. LOL. Yeah, Tig Evans. Yeah, that's what this bitch gonna tell her next. Desha Coley says, yeah, get the fuck out of here. Out of there. Yes, young lady. Kamiyah, get the F out of there. Get the fuck out of there. Yo, she's acting as if she has pedophile tendencies, as if she wants to, well, the girl is not even, is overage, but she's acting as if she has she's acting like a dude that says stay in the room. You know, like when dudes get to feel their balls a little too much, and dudes be like, stay there and do this and do. You see, she's acting like a dude who's this feeling at the moment. She's not acting like a therapist. She's a dude right now. She's acting like a dude. A dude who's in his feelings and who's just in his feelings and who's feeling his balls. And he's acting in his power. He's saying, do this, stay here. You're staying here right now. You're not going nowhere right now. You're not partying with your friends tonight. Desha Coley says, I wouldn't trust her. I wouldn't trust Iyanla with my puppy. I wouldn't trust that bitch with a puppy. I wouldn't trust that bitch to fetch a blue avocado. I wouldn't trust that bitch.
And I'm not doing this. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Get out my face. Go ahead, get out my face. Get out my face.
Kamiyah, you don't have to make this hard.
Do you see her tone of her voice? Did anybody watch the series V when that series first came out when we was younger? And the villainess, the most wretched woman in that film, she would have that, come to me now. You don't have to use that tone of voice because I'm going to remain really, really calm until you explode. Desha Coley says, I'm glad she flipped out on Iyanla. Desha Coley, I'm glad she flipped out on Iyanla too. And this is my first time watching this bitch, and this is a sad bitch. Tig Evans says, American therapists don't work. I dealt with it during my childhood. Thank you. They don't work because they want you to stay locked up and relive the trauma. Instead of giving you a life routine, a productive life routine, they want you to go through it over and over and over and over. breaks you down to nothingness, and then they can inject in you what they want. I'm glad she flipped out on Iyanla.
Nobody put me
I'm not disrespectful. You put me in a position to be disrespectful because did I not tell you that I was not staying here? So you don't tell him not to pick up his phone for me.
You know this girl has been without her dad, and then you're gonna tell her dad not to pick up the phone for her. Yo, son, yo, man. When the dad agreed, you let a woman use the power that she got from mainstream media to commend you in that moment. What kind of a man are you with a woman, a daughter that you had not seen, that was taken from you? You allowed Iyanla to take that daughter away from you once again. The first time she was taken away from you, you didn't know, but this time you knew, and you allowed Iyanla to take your daughter away from you, to kidnap your daughter away from you for even if it was 15 minutes, my nigga. But you allowed Iyanla. How dare you, Iyanla, tell him not to pick up the phone for his own daughter, yo, son. Oh, my God, these African-American women are destroying the lives of their children just for the sake of restriction, for whatever gain. Some people get disability checks out of it. Iyanla got a show out of it, and she's making drama now. Yo, look at Iyanla looking like a freaking dent, like a freaking turkey, son. This lady look like a top. You know them spinning tops that you would spin when you was little? They would go up spinning tops. Yo, spin that bitch. Somebody spin that bitch.
You just said that. He asked her, I'm leaving. Okay, your choice. So you are not like me. I'm telling you.
But your upset is not with him. He has an assignment.
No.
Your
He
upset
does
is
not
with
listen to
me.
you. He listens to me. At the end of the day. So at the end
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, Iyanla.
None of that was on the board. He listens to you.
Kamiyah isn't yelling at me. She's yelling at the woman
Beautiful
who
young
abducted
lady.
her 8
Was well
hours
raised
into
by
her
this
life.
woman who took her.
She's yelling at the mother who led her to this healing path,
No,
only to abandon her at the last minute.
Nope.
She's yelling at her father, who doesn't want to hear that his little girl is devastated, that the woman who raised her is in
Iyanla,
jail.
bitch.
Kamiyah has done her
You
best
look like a
to
top.
try
You look
and
like you can
mask
even
her
walk
grief
with your
and
legs.
her
You're waddling.
rage. But this is what happens when feelings of this magnitude are allowed to sit and fester.
You gave me a choice. So you don't tell my ride, the people I rode with,
That's not
not
your
to pick up
ride.
their phone.
That's not your ride. That's not your
She
ride.
wanted wordplay with this little girl.
He loves
So
you.
why would you
That's a
put me in a
man
position
who
to be
loves you
stranded?
and
At the end of the
respects
day, I'll hit
you.
you, bitch. Get the f out face.
She can't even walk. Look at this waddled duck. Unhealthy piece of shit. Look at this. She can't even
That's
walk.
what we need to see.
That's what we needed to see for TV, bitch. So she did good TV. She's
By
proud.
now she's already having a hissy fit, right?
Do you know that? So my thing is, since
The dad is right
been
there.
around today telling me they don't have no feelings. Where did these feelings come from?
Yo, the dad is right there and he has not intervened. Are you freaking kidding me? Hey, I thought he was gone. OMG, the dad is in the same house. Can he not hear her, his daughter? Yo, how is a man allowing this flimsy, this Simpson? This is a Simpson. This is a character from The Simpsons. This is Marge's sister-in-law. This is Marge's sister-in-law that we never got to meet. So how is this Simpson character, how is a man listening to that and allowing that to tell him what to do? That's where we have a problem.
The stuff that y'all wrote on the hearts about her, you wrote smart, you wrote nice, you wrote caring, you wrote loving. Nobody wrote disrespectful, explosive, enraged.
Oh, I'm gonna be disrespectful if you lock me up, bitch. I'm gonna be disrespectful if you lock me up for sure. If you try to keep me hostage, I am. Yo, what is going on with African-American women like Iyanla, dog? Yo. Oh, my God. And these are supposed to be the role models. This is the product. This is the product. This is the product that the elite, this is the product that the white niggas, they brand and they spread it throughout the world and they tell other black women, be like this duck. We refuse to be like this duck. We won't quack like she.
You never seen it.
Because nobody's ever crossed her that way.
In here and know it was there, and y'all are with her and loving on her and don't know. Because, Daddy, that's what's going to hurt her.
this baby here is a ticking time bomb.
No, she's not a ticking time bomb. Let's listen to more of
And we
Iyanla's
weren't
bullshit.
here. Or when she does that in the street or the supermarket or college or wherever, you got a problem.
Now she's got to deal with it. Not you, not you, not you. She's got to deal with it. Because she can't tell me anymore.
How many girdles she got under there? Like, she don't look right. Something wrong with this bitch. This bitch can't walk. Her whole body look like a suit, like a tight suit. Somebody fitted a tight suit on the bitch.
The truth, no matter how difficult
She look like
it
she's
is,
been held
there
together.
is no hope.
Let me see what the daddy gonna do.
This is an opportunity for Craig to stand up and give his daughter the support and guidance she needs to move past rage into healing.
Your father wants to see.
Why would he even leave me here?
Your father
So
wants
what's
to
the
see.
point?
Your father wants to
So
see.
what's the point? I don't even know why she's sitting there talking to me now.
Your
I don't know what the they don't get. Stop talking to me. What the is your problem, bitch?
Your father wants to see.
Where?
Father
Where?
wants-
Where? No, because I'm not staying here. Y'all know this. Bitch, I'm gone. Daddy, I'm about to get the out of here. I'm not doing this to these people. I'm not doing it. I'll curse this bitch out. Like, I'm about to swing on this. Then you got some big bitch.
That's right.
I'll stab out this bitch.
Right.
And I do this.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna stay here and go tell Swerve.
No. I said it was your choice.
Swerve, no
I
better.
said it was your
Swerve, no-
choice.
Tell this old bitch she'll get slapped. Let her. Can you please let her know that? Can you? I done slapped bigger bitches for less than that. Come on, I don't argue with bitches. I
How
slap
come you
bitches.
didn't put this on the board?
Cause he ain't never seen this side. He never had to see this side.
He never had to see it, bitch, because nobody's provoked another person like you just had. Nobody needs to be provoked. It's like these people, they intentionally provoke you and then they call your reaction dysfunctional. You don't need to provoke a young girl her age. So, oh my God, Iyanla, why didn't this girl beat the shit out of Iyanla? Why didn't you, girl? Kamiyah. Why didn't you beat the shit out of her, Kamiyah?
Who the gonna tell me? I'm gonna stay someplace and tell the person I came out here
I
with.
did not tell you.
Yes, you did.
I said to her, I gave her family an assignment that
And
they
they're not
were
gonna
doing
answer my phone
tonight.
call.
And if she called, they would not answer the phone. Isn't that the assignment I gave
So
you?
why would you make it so that I can't leave? Big man looking ass
This
bitch.
is a problem.
Yes, you man looking ass bitch. Yo, I'm loving this little girl. This young lady. This is my first time watching. Yo, this young... This is a beautiful young girl. I really like this young girl. She has a good energy, and she doesn't let people push her. If this was a playground bitch, you would have gotten... Kamiyah would have knocked the shit out of you. Oh my God, she's trying to come in between her and the dad. She's creating a wedge between this young girl's relationship with her daddy that she just found. And her daddy loves her so much, you can tell. This girl is not suffering. This girl got a handsome daddy. She got a beautiful mama-in-law. She got a biological mother. And she has another mother who kidnapped her. That's 3 mother figures. 3 mothers. This girl is not wanting for anything, Iyanla. Stop picking in people's noses. And then when they start bleeding, you asking what happened. Stop putting your fingers up inside people's rectums, and then when you see the stench, you ask what happened. Iyanla's a disturbed female. Iyanla's a disturbed female. Excuse me about that. I was holding this for a while. Next time I need to put this in the, whatever that thing is called. Yeah, so Iyanla is a disturbed female. For her to think that she can keep manipulating this young lady, like, this guy, like, when is somebody gonna say enough? Like the little girl says, when is somebody gonna say enough to this manly looking bitch?
Why do you not think?
Because he can't navigate you still being in relationship with your mom.
Oh, how did I skip? I went backwards. Excuse me, guys.
I'm telling you, I gave him an assignment.
And we weren't here. Or when she does that in the street.
Daddy, I'm about to get the out of here. I'm not doing this to these people.
Okay.
Swerve, no better.
It was your choice.
Tell this old bitch she'll get slapped. Let her. Can you please let her know that? Can you? I done slapped bigger bitches for less than that. Come on, I don't argue with bitches. I
How
slap
come you
bitches.
didn't put this on the board?
Cause he ain't never seen this side. He never Exactly. Cause who the gonna tell me? I'm gonna stay someplace.
Oh, Iyanla is telling her that's who she is. Oh my God, Iyanla is saying that's who you are. Oh, anybody, if provoked, is going to react like that in most circumstances. This is a 19-year-old. This is not a seasoned professional. This is not somebody who's gone through conflict resolution. This is not somebody who's gone through anger management or any type of other type of useful practicums. This is somebody who is 19 years old and developing her life. As an adult, if you push me in a corner like that, I might react just like that. And as an adult, knowing the consequences, I might have even hit you. So this young lady is doing everything well right now. She's responding according to her emotions. She's responding according to her emotions in the context of time, space, and what's happening. How dare you, Iyanla? The daddy should have knocked you out right now.
To her, I gave her family an assignment that
And
they
they're not
would
gonna
do it
answer my phone
tonight.
call.
And if she called, they would not answer the phone. Isn't that the assignment I gave
So
you?
why would you make it so that I can't leave? Big man looking ass
This
bitch.
is a problem.
Man looking ass bitch.
That's what. Listen to me. All day long, I've been.
She's trying to tell a man what to do with his own child.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I understand that, but I'm not. The words don't bother me. What bothers me is that that's inside of her, and nobody is addressing it.
That's inside any human.
Don't nobody need to address it, bitch. You'll get hit. How about that? How about that? Calm your body down, God.
I'm out.
I do to you, dumbass bitch.
I'm done.
Dumbass bitch.
I am complete.
And why the would you leave? Why the would you leave?
There comes a moment when you just have to let go. I don't have to fight you for your healing. She's not ready.
You fight yourself for your healing, you sick bitch. This bitch is looking like New York from A Flavor of Love all of a sudden. This bitch is looking like a broke down New York from A Flavor of Love. You see what you're going to look like in about 10 years? New York from A Flavor of Love, you're going to look like a fucking Iyanla. That's what you're going to look like, bitch. See? There goes New York from A Flavor of Love. Isn't that New York from A Flavor of Love? That's fucking New York from A Flavor of Love, oh. And she's acting like she has wisdom and you can help people healing. You can't help nobody heal. Because you yourself, you a bag of mess. You a shit stirrer. You likely to put your thumb up somebody's rectum and really act shocked when you see the doo-doo splashing. You are the type of bitch to take a bag of doo-doo and throw it in a room with the fan going around, and you will be surprised when when all the walls are full of doo-doo, when the whole room is stinking. You'll be the surprised bitch. This is a destructive bitch. I don't know why anybody is
And it's okay.
I don't know how she's still on TV. Oh, I do.
You can only take people to where they can go. Then you have to let go.
Bitch, let go. Bitch, did you Man, that was the first time I watched this woman in action. It's the last time. I don't have any I don't have any desire to watch a woman like that. She wants to sacrifice this young woman's image, well-being for clicks.
Those around her were unable and ill-equipped to help her.
Oh, what about you? So you were well-equipped to help? Yeah, I'm done watching this.
Hoping they would be here today to meet my guest, Carlina White, who was also...
Yeah, all of a sudden your guest is here. Shut up, Iyanla. Man, shut up. I'm back here. Yo, this Iyanla person, I'm done with Iyanla. This was my commentary on this young woman. I find this young woman really beautiful. I also find her competent to live her life. She doesn't need Iyanla to play with her emotional strengths. And that's what these African-American women like Iyanla. This could be the women next to a male like Africa Bombata. This is the women like the Brat. These are the women who enable the destruction, and they call it a job. So... you guys have a wonderful afternoon. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, The Haitian Voice. You know, I'm a comedian. A lot of times I bring the logic with the comedy. It's just who I am. Subscribe to The Haitian Voice. Share these lives. Share the different type of videos I have on this platform. I will see you for the next commentary. Bye-bye.